Shabbat Shalom and Mazel Tov to everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's hard to, I'm sorry, but I have to say, I remember when Jacob was born, and now we are at his bar mitzvah, so a big Mazel Tov to the whole congregation, right? We are at Parsha's Truma, and it is the story of Moshe receiving the instructions from God on how to build and construct the tabernacle in the wilderness. The word Truma means gifts, and the Israelites gave with love to Moshe materials for building of the Mishkan. Tabernacle, Mishkan, and the tent of meeting are all referring to the same thing. So it's interchangeable, you'll see it. If you dig deeper, each one has its own significant meaning. I'm not going to go into it in this outline, but you will see these words frequently. From the first moment of receiving the gifts from the people, the instruction of what to build and the exact architectural plans of the building and what it stood for was clearly laid out to Moses. The Jewish people gave, and as the word truma comes from the root meaning of to elevate, there lies the lesson of the whole exercise. It is an all-encompassing experience. They will give, and they will feel a sense of pride. They will build the tabernacle, and they will feel a sense of accomplishment. And they will bring sacrifices and do the rituals and ceremonial services, and they will feel a closeness. Again, if you study, you will find the deeper meaning into each of these things. The building of gifts to build and the focus of this portable structure is the second major theme throughout the whole Torah. And when the people advance and their organizational skills become more structured throughout our storylines, and when the Holy Ark is placed inside of this tent of meeting, the Israelites will then form a coordinated community to protect and defend the common ideas of the Torah. You will find this, if you remember what I'm saying today, you will find this throughout the whole Torah in each of the Parshiot. This is the first step, though, in the plan, in Parsha's Truma. We will come to learn how this beginning, of this structure they're willing to donate to, is the focus of God's plan here on earth. Again, very symbolic, very deep, but I can't go into it in 30 seconds. The ark and all the ceremonial rituals that will happen inside of this portable structure, the tent of meeting, the Mishkan, is the basis of our religious experience in the desert. Truma is the beginning and the building of this portable sanctuary. And all the items needed, including the items that will be used during the ceremonial services, the work of the priests, and everything is detailed in exactness and the construction. The material is explicitly described. To read the instructions and try to get a visual of this portable structure, it's very difficult. Many years ago, there was a book published entitled The Tabernacle, and it is now out of print. You can't get it. This colorful book is a picture diagram of all the instructions given in the Parsha. I have the pleasure of owning this book. The designs and details in the Parsha are photographed in the book, and it is utterly amazing to see the work, the size, the magnitude of all the accoutrements that are there in it. And I can say the details of this Parsha, when you just read it, don't allow the reader to appreciate the exact architectural plans. Again, unless you're an architect and you're interested in it. There is a plan. Everything is planned. We are living through the description of that plan. We are living through history. And now I just want to touch very briefly upon the connection between the architectural design God is giving to Moshe and the Haftorah. Our Haftorah describes the story of the beginning of the building of Solomon's temple in Jerusalem. Solomon's temple is the first temple, and it was built in 957 BCE. In contrast to the tabernacle of Moshe, which was built through the generosity of the people giving donations, Solomon's temple was constructed with materials from the royal treasury and by means of a service tax that the king imposed on the people. Not necessarily a donation, but an obligation. The connection between the Parsha and the Haftorah is concrete and easy to identify when you read it. The building of a godly home. Just to note, though, there is 400-year difference between the story in the wilderness, 400 years, and King Solomon's temple, the Parsha and the Haftorah. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.